What is insanity? Insanity is doing the same thing, expecting different outcomes. Greetings, everyone out there. This is Stay in the Light podcast, Black Screen. I want to talk about these mentoring programs for these so-called black youth. Mentoring programs, mostly by football players and comedians or entertainers. They are mentoring the youth. They're telling them you need to stay in school and get good grades so you can be a football player or entertainer. They're telling them to play along to get along. You're teaching them to be slaves. Be a good slave. That's all you're teaching them. You're not teaching them who they are, their proud history. They're not call themselves black, which is a slave label. So what's going to happen to these youth? Nothing's going to change because they don't know who they are. You you don't know who you are. School hasn't worked because it's against you. It's teaching you to be a slave. School don't work for anybody. Never have. They teach you to be workers. Don't believe me, do your own research. Teach you to work on the job. Why you think they have the bells and whistles? Why do you think there's such strict discipline? Why do you think that getting something wrong is punished? They want you to be perfect in school, but life isn't perfect. Mistakes are not bad to make a mistake. You learn from mistakes, but if you make a mistake in school, they say you're a failure. You want children to continue doing that? Look at the millionaires now. Look at those who are making it in America. They don't value no education, no school. You teach yourself a skill. You can teach yourself a skill online, technical skills. There's no factories for people to go to. So what's being said is this: these mentoring programs is nothing new. They've been the same thing that's been done for generations and generations. You got to change the mind, the soul of the people. You got to teach them who they are, their great past. As long as they're believing they're slaves, they're no value to themselves and nobody else. So stop perpetuating this generational slavery under the guise of mentoring them to fit into a society that's insane. No, we should have our own community. You're not teaching them that. We should have our own. You know how you feel? Well, maybe you don't because you didn't grow in your own community. But when you have a community, that's what it means when it says that it take a community, a village to raise a child. Because if you don't have your own community, you're always going to be a child. And nobody to look after you. You have hard times, you by yourself because you have no community. You just might need your car pushed someplace to get it off the street. You have to depend on the kindness of strangers because you have no community. You might be a few dollars short on your rent. You might get put out because you're $10 late on your rent or $100 short on your rent. You might lose your apartment, all your furniture. Why? Because you got no community. So you remain a child until you come together, form your own communities. So when you go to the store and don't have enough to pay for everything, The community says, we got you. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of it. So when you go to pay the doctor bill at your hospital and you don't have the funds, they say, don't worry about it. We're going to take care of you. You can pay it later. So when you go get a job and you may be an ex-offender or something, they say, okay, we'll try you out and see how you work. There's always somebody giving you a chance in your community, giving you an opportunity. You don't get that out there outside your community. They give their people chances and opportunities, but not you. You're an outsider. You looked upon with suspicion and hatred because you don't have your own. Why can't we see that? We have to have our own. I come from a tradition where we had everything of our own. Hospitals, schools, department stores, right here in America. I'm not talking about overseas nowhere. Beautiful neighborhoods where there was no poverty. I grew up in the 40s and 50s, okay? I don't know what lies they've been telling y'all because they say segregation hurted us. No, it didn't hurt us. That was our golden years. They want to paint it like, oh, we couldn't sit with the white people, we were suffering. We was the most prosperous people. Why do you think they destroyed the neighborhoods? Because they couldn't have our prosperity to say, okay, you got this is what was done all around America. We was prosperous people in the 20s and 30s. And they say, okay, y'all have your own communities. Y'all not trying to come to our communities and help us. Y'all want to outshine us. So we'll destroy all y'all communities. We will make y'all poor because y'all not going to surpass us. And that exactly what was done. Don't believe me? Do your research. The Red Summer, 1920, when they destroyed all the communities, all of our industry. That was a war against us on this land. And don't believe me, do your research. These are factual history that they don't teach you in school. So what's being said is that we got to get that back and let nobody take it from us again. Otherwise, you're just being insane because all these mentoring programs been going on for the last 60 years have not worked for us. The crime rate is high as ever. The prison rate is high as ever. So it can't be lack of education while we are down as a people. We're the most educated people on earth. But what we don't have is knowledge of self. We don't know who we are. So we support another system which keeps you down. So you make yourself your own worst enemy. Peace to the Moors. I know they're going to ban this video like they've been doing them for the last week, but that's okay. Ban on. The truth will make you free. If we're not free, nobody is free. If we as a people are not free, you cannot be free if we're not free. So you're banning these videos of me, you're banning yourself. You're hiding the truth, you're going to be living a lie like everyone else. So the truth make everyone free. Your children are committing suicides because they can't face the truth these days. They taking drugs. They take themselves out early because the truth been hidden from them, and when they find it, they can't handle it. That's the cause of suicide. People can't handle the truth. So y'all need to stop hiding the truth. It frees everybody. This is an insane society, and making normalizing insanity. Don't believe me? Read Eric's Fromm book. Eric Fromm. He talks about the insane society. So I'm not just talking off my head. I'm very well read.